In the introduction, you need to talk about the independent variable and the dependent variable. Okay? What was your control? You need to explain those things in this part. What was the independent variables that you were testing? What was it? All right, these are the different types of. All right, you guys are going to put this in sentence and paragraph form. Yes. You come up and grab it. Okay, so what is the dependent variable? What are we going to be measuring and observing? Not your breath. The what? Bacteria growth, right? Either lack of growth or the growth, right? I'm trying to somehow measure the growth of bacteria. And what was my control group? Right, your water. Okay, any other background information that you need to know about breath and how it's caused by bacteria, and bacteria divide and grow, and the petri dish is going to be filled with this agar spelled like this, which is full of the nutrients that bacteria needs to grow, you would include in the background information. Okay, your hypothesis, right, is a possible answer to a question and explains why. If blah, 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 oops, sorry. If you put, 3 different mouthwashes, in a petri dish, then what do you expect to see? Right? If you think that Listerine, if I add Listerine, Scope, and Kroger and water, then I should see the least amount of bacteria growth around the Listerine. Explain why in one sentence. Right? So after you put your hypothesis, why did you say that? Because I feel that Listerine is the most famous brand because, there's the most money, whatever. Or maybe it's because of the color, or maybe because of the ingredient in the back. I don't know. You have to have had a reason. These are all the materials that we used. You must write the procedure that you did in order, however many steps it takes, right? What did you guys do last class? And then you should have already drawn this, what your petri dish looks like before. Some of you guys put your letters down here, right? Some of you guys put them up here. I don't know. Some of you guys put your discs right here. Some of you guys put your discs right in the middle. Right? This is your Scope. This is your Kroger. I don't know how you spell it. Is there can I buy a vowel there? What is there? How do I spell Kroger? Is that K-R-O what? G-E-R? That's right, right? Is that how I spell it? Okay. This is your Listerine. And this is your water, right? Now, your results. That's today. You guys have to label the independent variable. You have to put a title. And then you also have to label and put in the right order the dependent variable. Make sure you don't forget the units. Now, the warm-up today was about qualitative, right? Qualitative versus quantitative data. Now, here you guys are going to draw what it looks like now, right? I don't know what it looks like. You guys got to draw what it looks like now. I don't know. You guys, is that maybe? I don't know. I have no idea, right? I have no idea what it's going to look like. Now, how am I going to turn this data into a data table quantitatively? Well, first here, I got to put what's going to go in each one of these rows? The mouthwash. Right? This is going to be your. You could put A, B, C, D, but you better have some sort of key somewhere. Or you can just write what? Right, the name. You can just have Scope, right? Kroger, Listerine, water. What goes here? Well, your measurements and your observations. I don't care which order you put it in. Observations. Which one of these is going to be a number? Measurements or observations? Measurements. So what number am I going to put? How am I going to turn this data into a number? Yes? She says measure the distance between the paper. You could probably start from the middle, right? Oops, sorry. To the bacteria. Can you measure that? You can even do maybe the diameter if you wanted to do the diameter. You can even take the radius and do pi r squared and find the area. But what unit would that be in? Is that going to be in inches? Is that going to be in feet? Should it really be in centimeters? What would be more accurate? It should be in millimeters, right? So your measurements should be in millimeters. If you want to know how to, so I'm going to be literally, right, from here, oops, to here, right? I'm going to measure that with my ruler. Now look, it's very important that when you guys look at a metric ruler, look, you're going to have the centimeters. That's 1 millimeter. That's 2 millimeters. 3, 4, 5. There are 10 little lines in between 0 and 1. Each one of those is a millimeter. Okay, so if you have the distance is 6 of these lines, it's 6 what? Millimeters. When you're looking at the ruler, don't use the side that's inches. From 0 to 12, use the side that's millimeters. Got it? When you're so you'll put the millimeter. If you guys want to have a different way of quantifying it, maybe you're counting the area of bacteria growth. Maybe you're counting the number of colonies. I don't care. It's your experiment. You got to turn this into numbers. And then whatever that dependent variable, whatever this is right here, you're going to turn into a what type of graph? Yeah, you're going to put their A, your B, your C, your D, and you're going to put a key right here that tells me what A is, what B is, what C is, what D is, and then you're going to do some sort of, right? I don't know what the dependent variable is, so I have no idea. You guys got to have the units, right? And then put it to scale. And then when you're all done with that, you're going to answer these 3 analysis questions.